So we'll ask him if he's had previous diabetic foot infection.
It takes a certain kind of energy, enthusiasm, and endurance.
He had some trauma to the area 2 weeks previously. If you're on an inpatient week, it's typically between 8 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
To journey through medical school.
I'm med peds, which means I will be board certified in internal medicine and pediatrics, and so that's a total of 4 years.
Thomas George is working on year 2 of his 4 years of residency at University of Utah.
Unless he has some sort of MRSA resistant.
All the endurance he uses in here, he says, is what keeps him going out here.
This is what I love to do. You know, medicine naturally attracts people that are very much into distance sports or any sort of endurance sports.
The morning of April 23rd, George wrapped up an exhausting 12-hour night shift.
I was actually working on the pediatric cancer floor, and so those shifts can be challenging, variability of, stress or emotional stress. Was hoping to get some sleep prior to the race.
2, 1, go!
Then, with no break, he stepped onto the starting line to run the Salt Lake City Marathon.
With any, race, you're just kind of hyped up for the race and your sympathetic nervous system is like really pumping. So I wasn't thinking about how tired I was.
12 hours of work behind him, 26.2 miles ahead of him, and even more coming down on him.
LFG!
The weather was pretty terrible. It was snowing and sleeting. There was times when I was really not sure if it was probably the best idea to be running in that weather.
With many odds stacked against him, George still managed a victory.
Kind of a surreal event. I think the lack of sleep and the whole situation itself really wasn't able to really appreciate it in the moment.
The final time of 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 22 seconds with the average pace of 5 minutes, 42 seconds. George came in first overall, beating the time of 830 runners behind him. To celebrate,
I didn't even go to the award ceremony. I actually just took the tracks back up to the hospital and went home after that.
he went to sleep, then straight back to work. Proof that with a certain kind of energy, enthusiasm, and endurance, under any circumstance, anything is possible. For University of Utah Health, I'm Nicole Vowell reporting.